Well, Michael Coil is with us here now on Shout Radio. How are you doing today?
Fantastic. How are you, sir?
Also fantastic. In a really good mood, but I don't know why. That happens to me a lot. Now, this company that you run is called Notary by Mike. What would you say the company does?
The company basically does remote notary services or in person or at places of business like escrow companies or loan companies.
And what would you say notary actually is?
A notary is a person that will go by and walk you through a refinancing or a purchase or a reverse mortgage on your home.
Yeah. So why do you think that your service is valuable?
Our services are valuable due to the fact that people like loan companies, escrow companies, and individuals will need a notary to walk them through the paperwork, to have them sign the paperwork for closing, and to go over all the errors and omissions.
Yeah. And what would you say it is about your company that sets you apart from other services that are perhaps offering a similar service?
We are very competitive when it comes to pricing, and we are also 100% transparent. As a matter of fact, we have a sweepstakes going on where customers can enter in for a drawing to win $100 every Friday.
That's incredible. How do you manage to afford to give away prizes?
How do we manage to afford to give away prizes? Basically, it's our way of contributing to the community for saying thank you for your business.
Yeah. Do you feel like you perhaps earn that money back because some people might use your services because of that benefit?
Yes, of course.
And what gave you the idea to give away money like that?
What gave me the idea? Well, I ran several businesses and I learned to invest into your customers, and that will invest back by giving you referrals. And the best kind of referral any business can get is word of mouth.
Yeah, absolutely. Word of mouth is so important. It's often forgotten, actually, isn't it? People maybe spend more time working on paid marketing things, but word of mouth is free and it's really effective.
I agree with that 100%. No argument there.
So what got you interested in this field of work originally, and how did your business start?
Well, I started being a notary about 10 years ago. 11 years ago. And anyways, I didn't realize that there were other services a notary could offer. I thought a notary was just the guy who would just go and stamp legal documents and be done. No, it's not the case. Notaries can walk a person through a loan signing at escrow or a loan company or a person's house.
Yeah. And you're actually fully certified now as well.
Correct. I am fully certified. Just got certified a couple of weeks ago. I am also a proud member of the National Notary Association, fully bonded and insured.
And what do you have to do to become certified?
You had to take a loan signing course to be a certified signing agent. To be a notary, you had to check with your state government office.
Yeah. And of course, you talked earlier about loan signing and how you help people through that. What does a loan signing actually consist of?
Basically, like I said before, they walk people through all the paperwork, whether it's a reverse mortgage, a new home purchase, or any kind of loan pertaining to a house.
Yeah.
One thing I would like to suggest to the community when looking for a loan signing agent is make sure they're fully bonded insurance with their errors and omissions, and make sure that they have passed a loan signing course, because we are taught that we have to go through all the paperwork in regards to your loan on your house. Because if we mess up on a loan, that will prevent somebody from walking to their house at close that day. That will cause the company that we are answering to go out and find another notary. We want to prevent that. And that's what we do. When we get a loan paperwork through our clients, before we even step out of our office, we go through all the paperwork, and that way we are fully prepared to meet the client and get them into their house or get them a refi to their house.
Of course, you're relatively new to loan signing, so So are you kind of learning new things about it as you go?
Yes, I've actually been through all the paperwork consisted of a loan signing, whether it's a mortgage, reverse mortgage, or a close on a house.
Yeah.
I've studied all the paperwork to figure out where am I supposed to sign at, and what my do's or don'ts are. Like for instance, like we can show somebody on the paperwork their APR, and if and go through the paperwork like that, and just show them the paperwork and step by step process, basically.
Yeah. And because you're relatively unexperienced compared to most people that do loan signings, is there any benefit for people to go for a more experienced person? Or do you still feel like, despite the fact that you've not been doing it as long as some people, you're still very much competent?
One thing that I've learned throughout my tenure of the course is that we're taught to go through every step of the paperwork whenever we receive it. And I firmly believe that not all loan signers do this, but it's been known to some loan signers will just get the paperwork and just walk out the door, and they'll go to the signing and they'll forget an important piece of paperwork, which what I was saying earlier, to where, like, let's just say you're purchasing a home and the signer forgot that one piece of paperwork. Well, that's going to prevent that person from walking to the home until that one piece of paperwork is complete.
Yeah.
That will cause the business to call another loan signer and have them come and get that paperwork signed and hand it off to the mortgage company or the person that gave them the paperwork.
Yeah. And because you've recently finished the course, you're kind of fresh into it. Do you think that has a benefit for people?
It does, if the loan signer knows what they're doing, and they've actually followed the course and they didn't get all excited and just once they passed the course they went out and started marketing. No, you have to do more than that. I mean, it's very important to get certified through the National Notary Association too, because the National Notary Association is like, I don't know what the word is. I would say they're a part of the reason why loan signers are so successful too, because they help the notary throughout the course. After we passed the course, we had to go through another course through the National Notary Association to know what we were doing whenever we passed the first course. So
yeah. And the National Notary Association, do you have to pay a fee like every year to be a part of it or not?
Yes, you do.
Do you see that as a downside or is it not really much?
I mean, I see it as a bonus to all notaries because it will help the notaries stand out in front of the crowd. That way they can get the business that they need.
Yeah, that's the thing, I suppose. It helps keep only serious people in the association, doesn't it?
Correct. I mean, notaries have to go through a background check. They have to submit all their paperwork for their errors and omissions and their bond and a photo.
Now, let's say the listener here is looking for a notary. What kind of things should they be keeping an eye out for?
Well, make sure the notary is actually certified by checking their state's website, Secretary of State, I'm assuming. I could be mistaken. That's one way to see that they're fully certified as a notary. Now, if they're certified as a loan signing agent, most loan signing agents are also certified to do a loan signing remote, which means like through Zoom. And basically, what in that consists of, and that'll show it on their local government's website as well.
Yeah.
They can also verify through the National Notary Association too.
Yeah. Now, for your company, Notary by Mike, what do you think the future entails? Do you think you're going to offer even more services in the future?
Yes, we are looking to create more services. As for what type of services, we are unsure at the moment. I mean, it's a day-by-day thing. We take things very slow when it comes to business because we like to dot our I's and cross our T's.
Yeah, it's interesting. Do you think that it works quite well doing it day to day? Because in business, you have to plan for the future, don't you?
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I mean, we do have future goals. Actually, one of my future goals is to subcontract out to other notaries and possibly develop my own loan signing course for the notaries that are interested in loan signing.
Do you feel you have the experience and knowledge to be able to do a course yourself then?
Yes, I do. I just, I like to take my time and research it and figure out how I want to be be different from most courses.
In what areas do you feel like other courses perhaps lack something that you could bring?
Man, that's a good question because the course I took, this guy covered all the red tape and all the details that every loan signer needs. I mean, he's very 100% transparent. I haven't, I don't know about other courses, but the course I took, I give it a top grade A if I were grading it.
Yeah. So do you hope that you could give your own course a grade A?
I would hope so. Like I said, just got to figure out how to be different from the course I took because this guy, he's obviously on top of everything. And the harder it gets, that's challenging for me because I like a good challenge.
Yeah. Can it be quite hard to come up with your own course and not sort of copy the course that you took?
Yeah, I would never copy the course I took. That is not professional. I mean, I would not even think of that because for one, it's just not professional. I would like to be 100% different.
Yeah. But is there a risk that you could sort of do it accidentally without realizing, or not? I mean, is the course going to be quite personalized to you?
I mean, if I accidentally did something in developing a course compared to the course I took, I would basically compare my course to the course before I submitted it.
Yeah. What else do you like to do in your free time when you're not working on your business?
I enjoy spending time with my wife, and we have 5 cats. I'm also, I'm very extreme. I like to work out. I'm not only just a notary, I'm also a personal trainer. That's a totally different area. I like to work out every day. But right now, really can't say much, but I am on injury status. But I also like to read a good book. Reading, I encourage everybody that has a business is to read a book because that's what will help you succeed.
Yeah. What was it about reading a book that helped you succeed? Was it the knowledge that you gained from it?
Yes, it was basically the knowledge I gained from the books and from the courses I took. To be a successful entrepreneur, every entrepreneur reads a good book. I read a lot of Grant Cardone. Forgot that guy's name. His name's Chris something. But I've learned a lot, and I'm reading a lot more these days, and I'm becoming more and more knowledgeable about how to run a business.
Yeah. Is it mainly sort of entrepreneurial books you should read and not like kids' books? I take it they wouldn't have much of a benefit.
Entrepreneurship books can help, but what really helps me is whenever I read a book or watch a movie about somebody who has succeeded in their life, because that helps me succeed. Like, for instance, I'm thinking of Tony Robbins. I read his book a long time ago, and it made me change my mindset.
I guess it just gives you a lot of motivation.
Yes, it does. Along with my family, books are great for motivation, including, I'm not going to go into too much detail, but the Bible is a great book to read also, because it always helps to have the Spirit of God help guide you.
Yeah. Well, where are we able to find Notary by Mike everywhere?
You can go to my website, www.notarybymike.net, or if it's easier, you can reach our offices by phone Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Central Time, area code 405-834-9054.
Excellent. Well, many thanks for coming on the show today. It's been very interesting to talk to you.
Well, thank you for having me on your show, and it was a pleasure being on here as well.